As the first phase of the cleanup from the Palisades fire begins, big environmental concerns. Good evening, I'm Claire Everbach.
And I'm Sahana Patel. Welcome to Newswaves on this Tuesday, February 4th. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has opened its first hazardous waste site along PCH. The EPA now hopes to add a second site just under a mile from Pepperdine's campus. Newswaves reporter Gabrielle Salgado is live at the Malibu Civic Center, where the government officials could add a second waste removal site. Gabrielle?
Thank you, Sahana. It is this location where the chili cook-off happens that is being considered for a second hazardous waste processing site. City leaders are opposed to it, but despite concerns, a first hazardous waste processing site was quickly set up along PCH near Topanga to begin the cleanup process. On the land where iconic landmarks like the Real Inn used to stand.
Like that whole first part of town that just starts to get you, excited. You're in Malibu, gone.
Now lies the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's hazardous waste removal staging site. EPA Director Michael Montgomery says the site is where hazardous waste collected from burn areas will be sorted and transported out.
So our goal is to get it out of the environment. Our mission is to protect human health and the environment.
The hazardous waste collected during Phase 1 includes lithium-ion batteries, pesticides, visible asbestos, and propane tanks. EPA On-Scene Coordinator Tara Fitzgerald says the ground where the waste is stationed is lined with 2 layers of plastic waterproof flooring and a tent.
We have our safe practices inside that perimeter, inside the staging area, that ensure that nothing is released to the environment outside of that perimeter line.
During transportation, the waste will be wrapped in layers of insulation.
And all contractors must adhere to strict protocols and regulations in terms of removing, transporting and handling and disposing of all of the debris that gets removed.
However, for some Malibu residents, the site raises concerns about threats to the coast.
Hazardous materials, whether chemical, biological, otherwise toxic, pose a constant threat of leaks, spills, or airborne exposure. Malibu's unique coastal environment amplifies this risk.
Other residents question the location of the site, particularly due to its proximity to waterways and drivers on PCH.
There's so many concrete parking lots that are up in Palisades that are already within the burn area. Why wouldn't they do it there? Why do it on PCH, right near a watershed and the ocean and motorists?
Despite the backlash from residents and city council members, the EPA assured that they are dedicated to keeping the waterways safe.
What we are trying to do by creating these staging areas is to stop that risk from getting into waterways and from being blown around and bringing it into a controlled environment.
The EPA is looking at adding a second hazardous waste processing site here at Malibu Civic Center. EPA officials say that this location is ideal because it is a flat, open area with lots of space. Malibu residents expressed some concern over this proposed location due to its proximity to Webster Elementary, as well as other high traffic areas like the Country Mart and Malibu Colony. Back to you in the studio.